back. It's been a hell of a long time, like 5-6 years maybe, since I've been on this channel, but I was thinking to myself, it is time, and ignore the shitty microphone quality. I know it fucking sucks, but we're going to be improving that very, very soon, and yeah, so hopefully it's not a huge issue, but yeah, so today I've got something a lot different. Normally, like, I would do like a gaming video like on Fortnite back in the day, or like Clash of Clans. I like to play a lot. I mean, I still will play that game, but not like a hell of a lot. But if you guys want to see what my base looks like now, then I guess I could show it to you. Anyways, let's get into the video. So, this is basically a story about something that happened back in 2023, just in like it would have been like mid 2023 and probably like September, and I had a girlfriend, right? Everything was going, not the best, but like it was going okay. I mean, we loved each other a lot for our age. However, as every relationship is, there was issues, like trust issues, which were very warranted. I mean, especially on her part, because I had made a lot of moves in that relationship that were very questionable and unfaithful, you could possibly even say. So I could be a lot to blame for that. So anyway, on this given day, I was staying the night at my girlfriend's house, kind of in the middle of a pretty shitty area in the town that I live in, and like I used to stay there a lot, and her house is pretty gross, but I mean that's really aside from the point. So I was staying there for the night, and I think it was just a pretty normal night. Like, ate dinner, watched TV, smoking some weed. I mean, my girlfriend didn't smoke weed, but like at that time I smoked a lot of weed. Like I was really into it. So I was smoking weed. I'm pretty sure I had a bong at that time. I was smoking bongs, and I was sitting there, right? And it was probably getting to be late. Like I was trying to go to bed, and I couldn't go to sleep. Like, I tried my best. Like, I was smoking so much to the point where I had no weed left. And that's what I used to sleep with. That was the shit I used to sleep. So I'm thinking in my head, like, I'm not going to get to bed. And it's like, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning. So I message her sister. Let's just call her Amy. I messaged Amy, and I said, hey, do you got any weed for me? And her boyfriend was up there too, right? Her, like, I'm a really chill kid. We'll call him, let's call him Carl. So Carl and I were really chill. Like, every single time I had a problem with my girlfriend, I go talk to Amy and Carl, but like, especially Carl, right? Like, Carl was like my guy. Like, I fucking talked to that guy about like literally everything. And so I decided that I was going to go up there because I had seen something on my girlfriend's phone, as well as the fact that I needed weed, right? So I went up there originally like seeking help for what I had seen on my girlfriend's phone, which was what I thought of her cheating, but it turned out to be her cousin, and I thought it was a different person with the same name. And so I was overthinking at the time, and I thought it was someone she was cheating on me with. So I was like, okay. So I kept that in the back of my mind, obviously, when I went upstairs, and I asked her sister, Amy, for weed, right? I wanted some weed. So I was just like, okay, whatever, I would just go ask them. They gave me some. And I went back downstairs, and I still couldn't sleep. But I was messaging Amy about this whole thing, like, in that process. Like, just, like, about, everything, and just kind of, like, venting to her about, like, how upset I was about, like, what her sister was doing, even though I was of the same nature at that time, like, very much so. So, like, I mean, I don't know. Honestly, I don't even know why I was bitching, but I was. And I just kind of sat there and talked to her for a little bit, and then I was just like, venting to her or whatever, and then this was after I got the weed, right? And keep in mind, when I went upstairs to get the weed, like, I went upstairs shirtless, like, which this normally wouldn't really matter, right? Like, this is like, I'd been around them shirtless all the time. So I didn't think it was a big deal. So anyway, I went in there shirtless, just upstairs, because we were in the basement, me and my girlfriend got a nug. went back down, smoked a few bongs, and I still couldn't sleep, so I was snapping her sister, like, on Snapchat, but that was pretty normal. Like, I was just venting to her, like, it was nothing, nothing crazy or anything like that. And she was, like, talking to me and saying, like, it was probably fine and stuff like that, and then just randomly she snapped me and said, like, I think she was like, you're cute as hell. Yeah, no, she was like, you cute. That's what she said. And, like, the picture was, like, of the dark, so, like, as dumb as it sounds, like, I almost thought, like, she was sending me a picture of, like, her, like, boyfriend, or she had a kid, so she's sending a picture of her kid, or maybe her boyfriend just talking in third person. And, like, I didn't really know, so I was just kind of, like, I didn't respond. And then she's like, damn, you're not going to respond? So I was like, what did you say? And then she was like, doesn't matter. And then I was like, no, tell me, like, I want to know now, like, you're like baiting me with it, whatever. So she, like, I got her to tell me, and she was like, you're cute as hell, and I want ... And obviously, me being a 16-year-old guy at the time, I knew exactly what that meant. Like, there was no other explanation for what that was. Like, it was obvious intent there, like, clear intent. So I was, I thought about it for a second, and I was like, what about, like, your boyfriend, or, like, your sister, like, my girlfriend, like, what, like, this is so messed up, like, like, what about them? She's like, well, nobody has to know. And at this point, I'm kind of shitting myself. I'm thinking, like, what do I do? Like, I'm really mad at my girlfriend. She could be cheating on me. So, like, this would be a really good way to get back at her. But I'm also thinking, what? Like, this is going pretty far. Like, she probably hasn't even done anything with this guy, even though she has him on Snapchat. And I was sitting there mulling it over. And I said the stupidest thing. I picked up my water bottle. Because I always brought my water bottle to her place. Because, like, I don't know, it just stays cold for longer. And it holds more water. So I drink a lot of water, so I took the water bottle to her place, and I was sitting there, and I was like, okay, I messaged her, I was like, I am going to walk upstairs to the bathroom to fill up my water bottle, and if you follow me, you follow me, and if you don't, you don't, no questions asked. And she just said, okay. So I go up, I take a piss, I fill up my water bottle, and at this point, I'm thinking, she's not gonna come. Like, she was just fucking with me. Like, when she had been saying stuff originally, like, saying how she was cute, like, I honestly thought she was just testing me, like, doing, like, a loyalty test for her sister, and, like, I thought her, like, boyfriend was literally sitting right beside her, like, looking at the phone, like, and this was, like, a plan they had, like, created together, but, like, nah, like, she was completely, and, like, keep in mind, she has a kid with this guy, and she's, like, openly, like, cheating on him with, like, people who could easily just go and tell him, which I thought was pretty insane. But anyway, I was in the bathroom taking a piss, filling up my water bottle. At this point, I didn't think she was actually going to come up. I thought it was just a bluff, right? Nope. This bitch opens the door, and I'm not even kidding you, like I look at her, and, like, I could smell the alcohol off her breath immediately, and she's just like, she just said, hey, or whatever, and then I was like, what about your sister and, like, your boyfriend? It's like, what if you and your sister get in an argument, you, like, say this to piss her off and tell her, like, that we did stuff, and she's like, she basically just kind of started making out with me, and was just like, nope, that's not gonna happen, like, type shit. And I'm just kind of like, okay. And at that point, I was just kind of, I don't know, I wanted to try something new, so she started making out with me, and then, yeah, we did it. We fucked. It was pretty interesting, and honestly, like, it was the weirdest. Like, I was shitting myself after too, because, like, literally the next day, her and her sister got in an argument, and she said something to her boyfriend about it, but, like, she made it seem like I was the one who started it, and, like, he was messaging me being like, if what she's telling me is true, what my girlfriend's telling me is true, then, like, I'm not gonna take it lightly. And I'm like, dude, like, Amy literally, like, I don't even know what you're talking about. Like, Amy's just a fucking drunk liar. Like, I don't even know, like, I was paranoid, so, cause I didn't want my girlfriend to find out, or, like, their parents to find out, or, like, cause, like, those people, like, they were scary, like, they didn't fuck around, so, like, I wasn't really trying to, like, piss them off, or, like, get on their bad side, or, like, do some shit that's really gonna, like, make them have it out for me, so, like, anyways, the moral of the story is, don't do stuff with your girlfriend's sister, or really any member of her family, for that matter. It's not very smart, and you're not going to benefit the way you think you will. You might want to in the moment, because, like, after this happened, like, I'm not even kidding you, she fucking told everyone. Like, I had people coming up to me months after, being like, oh yeah, like, Amy told me that, like, you and her did stuff, and it's like, bro, like, I literally, like, made her confirm, like, several times before we did it, that, like, she was not going to tell a soul, like, this was a one-time thing that no one was ever going to find out about, and she was just like, yep, that's fine, I would never break your trust. And then, like, it was funny, because, like, no matter how many people told my girlfriend, she did not believe it. Like, same with her boyfriend. Like, her boyfriend got told by so many people, and just didn't, like, I don't know, he just didn't believe it. Like, he just thought I just wouldn't have the balls to do it. But, like, I was feeling really ballsy that day, I guess, so who knows. But anyways, yeah, the moral of the story, don't do that. If you want to have a healthy relationship, I'm currently in a relationship with an amazing girl right now, and I've changed a lot since this time, so definitely not planning on doing any stupid fucking shit like that again. So, yeah. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed that video. And the weirdest part, one thing I will say before I go, is the weirdest part is, ever since that happened, like, I mean, me and this girl aren't together anymore. Like, I'm with a different girl, obviously, who I have not cheated on. I'm very loyal to, and I'm having a very, very healthy relationship with. But ever since this happened, like, when I was still dating this girl, like, I'd see her sister, right, and, like, she'd just act like nothing ever happened. Like, she'd act like we were friends, like, act like nothing ever happened. Then it actually got exposed, and it got posted on an anonymous page, and she was commenting on the anonymous page, being like, my boyfriend knows I'm loyal and would never do something like that. And I'm thinking in my head, well, I didn't comment anything, because I just didn't even want to rehash the past. I didn't even want to think about it, so I'm just sitting there, like, yeah, in my head, I'm like, yeah, no, you totally wouldn't do that. He must be very, very naive if he thinks that you're loyal, because, like, she's been caught so many times cheating on him with other people, and it's just like he never learns, and he never did learn. So I really feel bad for him. They're actually currently not together anymore. They just broke up, and they actually have another kid on the way, which is a story for another day. So, yeah, their lives are interesting, but he's out of that mess now and isn't having to deal with those trust issues anymore and being naive as fuck. But anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this. This is my first time back in a while. I will do a return to Clash of Clans at some point if you guys want to see it. I mean, my base would be interesting to see now. Like, I mean, it's a lot fucking better than it was, trust me. So, honestly, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I will see you guys in the next one. Have a good one.